In the golden light of sunrise, the waters of the Nile shimmer, winding their way through the heartland of Egypt. The year is 30 BCE. Roman banners now flutter along Alexandria's grand avenues, and the shadow of Rome stretches over ancient temples of Isis and Osiris. Egypt, once the divine kingdom of pharaohs, is now a province of an empire, defined by legions, laws, and a new world order. But beneath this veneer of Roman power, in the cramped workshops, echoing markets, and quiet corners of the bustling capital, a gentle revolution begins, one that would transform the spiritual life of Egypt forever. By the 2nd century CE, Roman Alexandria booms as a crossroads of trade, ideas, and cultures. Streets teem with Greek philosophers, Jewish scholars, Egyptian priests, and Roman officials. Amidst this mosaic, a quiet, radical faith arrives. Christianity, born from a crucified Messiah in distant Judea, now whispered in the shadows and taught in secret gatherings. At first, Christianity spreads along Egypt's trade routes, carried by merchants, travelers, and refugees. In the port's labyrinthine alleys, groups gather at night, sharing bread and prayers, reciting the teachings of Jesus in Greek, Coptic, and Latin. The city's famed library holds scrolls scintillating with debate. Meanwhile, Christian apologists write letters defending their faith against accusations, grappling with ancient philosophies and gods. Rome's rule grows uneasy as this clandestine movement flourishes. The emperors fear any sect that threatens unity. Sporadic waves of persecution roar through Egypt. In Diocletian's reign, edicts demand surrender of Christian texts and reverence for the emperor as a god. Yet, in courtyards and tombs carved deep beneath the city, believers meet in defiance, drawing discreet crosses in the dust. Martyrs, like St. Catherine and St. Mark, become legends, names whispered with hope. But the tide turns with the ascent of Constantine the Great. In the 4th century, imperial banners bear not just the eagle, but the cross of Christ. Edicts of toleration resound. Egyptian artisans paint new symbols on church walls, icons of saints and martyrs layer upon the faded frescoes of Horus and Anubis. Monasteries spring up across the barren deserts. The call of St. Anthony lures seekers from the cities to the silence of sand and stone. Here, in the solitude, begins the birth of Christian monasticism, a gift from Egypt to the world. By the century's end, the old gods waned. The rituals of Osiris gave way to hymns sung in Coptic. Ancient temples echo with new psalms. Under Roman rule, through trial and endurance, Egypt transformed from a land of pharaohs to a cradle of Christian faith, a legacy enduring in the spires and stones of churches that stand by the Nile in the present day.